James Baker served as Secretary of State under President George H.W. Bush. He's also a very interesting figure because he's held more senior positions than almost anybody alive in government. He served as a Assistant Secretary of Commerce back in the 1970s. He served as Secretary of the Treasury under President Reagan, Secretary of State under President Bush, and he was a White House Chief of Staff in 2 different administrations. He also, as it turned out, also led 5 successful presidential campaigns. So he's held a number of very senior leadership positions in public life. He told me an interesting story about one lesson that he learned early on about power and faith. One morning while he was working in Washington in the early 1980s, he was driving up Pennsylvania Avenue. He was in a car. The driver had picked him up from his home and was taking him to the White House. As he's driving up the street, he said it was a cold, dark Washington morning in the middle of the winter, and I looked out of the window and I noticed a man who was walking along the street. I instantly recognized him because he was somebody who had held my same position in a previous administration. It dawned on me as I was driving up that street that the guy I saw out the window just a few years ago had probably been in a car just like this on his way to the very same office where I was going that morning. And yet I had all these people around me, all of the folks who I could call on the telephone and they would immediately take my phone calls. But now, this man, 3 or 4 years out of office, has no entourage, no team of assistants, just a single man walking alone with his thoughts. It dawned on me, James Baker said, that whatever power or influence you might have in a particular moment, frankly, it flees. It doesn't last for a very long time. And so whatever cultural influence you might have at a given moment, you have to be able to take advantage of it and to try and use it for the common good.
For more information about the Veritas Forum, including additional recordings and a calendar of upcoming events, please visit our website at veritas.org.